Hi guys, thanks for watching. I'm here with Amir's 43rd and 44th week of life updates, and I'm filming this on my phone, so hopefully this records better than my iPad. I'm just giving it a try until I get a camera, trying to do the best that I can with filming these. And I'm also sick, so please forgive me in advance for any fuzzy-brained, scatterbrainedness, more than usual if that's possible, and also I sound horrible. So, I'm gonna go ahead and jump in. Amir's in his crib. Yeah, sleeping. I'm sorry, I'm excited because he's finally getting used to his crib. I hope, at least. Um, so yeah, I guess we're gonna start with sleep. I'm not gonna go in a chronological order. I don't think I could think that clearly right now. So yeah, sleep. Amir's sleep the last couple of weeks have been really bad. He has just been waking up a lot, crying, sometimes really inconsolable crying. It's just been really frustrating on all the parties involved. Just really not a good situation. And last night, I was laying in bed like I normally do with him, trying to put him to sleep. It'd been like 25, 30 minutes, and I'm like, you know what? I think it's time for you to go in your crib. And I don't know why, but it just kind of dawned on me. It just like, it's time. It was like, I saw the light. It's like, time to go in your crib. And I know I've tried this before, but I really feel like this is going to stick this time. I just have a good feeling about it. Pray for me that that's really accurate because I want it. I really think it's time. I think he's ready. He's not sleeping well with us anyways, so we might as well get him used to sleeping in his crib and maybe he'll sleep a lot better. And so last night, I put him in his crib. I laid next to the crib. We have it sidecarred to our bed, and I just reached my hand over and I rubbed his face till he fell asleep, and he slept for 4.5 or 5 hours. So that was pretty successful. He did come in our bed and he cried the rest of the night, but the first part of the night in his crib was successful. And he's in his crib right now napping, so I'm very happy, and I hope it sticks. So we really needed to get this down. So yes, sleep is a lot better. As far as feeding, pretty much the same thing goes. Last week he was sick, so he didn't really eat a lot. He mostly just wanted to eat like yogurt and applesauce and the purees, and he's getting back on schedule this week. However, he still doesn't have quite his appetite back, so he hasn't been eating quite as much like big people food, the like dinner and stuff that I would normally make. He's not really liking it as much. So that's what's going on with food wise. I'm sure it's just going to take time to get used to, different textures, and I'm sure he'll like things one day and then not the next, and that's just going to be the norm for a while, for a long while. So, yes, as I mentioned, Amir was sick last week and he had a fever for 4 days. So I don't know what was going on. I'm not sure if he had a virus. We did end up taking him to the urgent care doctor because I'm like, okay, after 4 days, this is kind of getting a little bit worrisome because, 4 days is a lot, I think. But apparently not. The doctor told me that um, it's probably just a virus, and really his fever wasn't that high for a baby, although I think 103 is kind of high, but he definitely I definitely am glad that I brought him in because it kind of gave me a peace of mind. And while we were there, the doctor actually said that he doesn't recommend Tylenol because I've been giving him like acetaminophen, which is whatever, Tylenol, what the active ingredient Tylenol. And he said that he had some of his patients die on Tylenol, and he said that ibuprofen would give you a warning, like make you sick before it killed you. I'm like, oh, wait, back up. What? So I had heard that about Tylenol, but I always thought that Tylenol was like the safest thing to give children for pain, and um, I've been giving him that, but he recommended ibuprofen, so I'm not sure. I'm sure there's a difference of opinion between doctors, like there is between mothers and things that work with children and whatever. There's all kinds of theories, but I did go and buy the ibuprofen, or is like the generic version of Motrin from Walgreens, and that did bring his fever down, and it actually did do a better job than Tylenol, I have to say, because after that, sorry, my hair is bothering me. After that, his fever stayed down, and he seems a lot better that way. So I don't know. He also had some like wounds on his bottom, and one actually broke open and started bleeding. It was like diaper rash. And so and he's been doing a lot of drooling. So I kind of think that it might be due to his um, teething. I'm not sure. But he said it could be, but it could just be like whatever, different kinds of viruses. This is kind of an odd doctor. He went into like all these details. I'm like, okay, I probably don't need to know that. It's just gonna make me worried. um, so yeah, he's better now, thank God. And, you know, he's been pretty much back to normal. However, though, he has definitely been even more kind of fussy than normal. Um, and I just attribute that to either like teething or just kind of whatever, baby stages. Because he has been wanting to be held a lot, more than normal, even more so than before. And today, especially, he has been testing my nerves today because he's been super fussy and I'm not feeling good. And oh my God, I had to go to the post office and oh, that was no fun. He was grabbing for things and he was whining and throwing tantrums and arching his back. So that's kind of behavioral wise, like this kind of what's been going on. I definitely noticed him having little mini tantrums. When he gets frustrated, he likes to push his little car along when he's crawling. And if the car, like, I don't know, catches on something, he will have a little tantrum and he'll get frustrated. And I can tell by the way he's crying and his behavior, it's not like a normal cry. It's definitely like out of frustration or anger. And he was kind of doing that because he really wanted to touch all the little papers and try to rip things at the post office. It was no fun. But yeah, he's definitely into everything, and I feel like I say that all the time, but honestly, he gets even busier and busier and busier, and I'm kind of afraid for him to walk. However, I do think he'll be walking by the next time I give an update. I just feel like it is going to happen. And I know I've been saying this for the past 3 weeks, but honestly, he's been really trying to walk, which is exciting, but also very, very scary because he'll be able to move a lot faster and get into more things, and that makes me nervous. But yeah, he's definitely like right on the cusp of walking. He's taken a couple steps and he just keeps falling down, but he keeps trying. So I know this is gonna happen any time. Let's see, what else did I want to report? Oh yeah, he's had a couple of boo-boos this week. Besides the fever, he I came home. My husband was watching him, and he had a nice big gouge bleeding right here, my poor baby, and then here. And apparently, what had happened is my husband said that he was doing one of the things that he likes to do, which we don't really like him to do, but he likes to on our bed, our metal headboard. We need a new bed, but he'll like rock back and forth on it. It was kind of funny and cute at first because it's all squeaky, but now it's like, okay, no, nip that in the bud. But he knocked down the picture frame that was above our bed, and he fell right on his eye, and he definitely got cut pretty bad. Obviously, not obviously, but there was no stitches needed or anything, and it's healing. There's just a tiny little scab on there now, so he's okay, but he also fell down. I don't know. It didn't seem like he fell down that hard, but he's got bruise on his head. I'm like, oh, great. Taking him to urgent care. I'm like, they're probably going to think we're doing something to this poor kid. But I know kids will be kids, boys will be boys, and he's a baby learning to explore, so it's going to happen. But, oh, another thing, behavior-wise, I wanted to mention. He has been so bad about pinching. Oh my gosh, he did this not in the beginning, but I remember him doing this like around 4 or 5 months, and he would, while he was nursing, would like really pull and grab at things, and he still kind of does that. He does that when he's nursing, and then when he's trying to go to sleep, and he'll really pinch hard, man. Whew, hurts. So I'm trying to be like, no, I'm really trying to say no, and, trying to use more words instead of just like putting his hand away, because I really think he's definitely learning what no means. He's learning, all these new things. So, yeah. And he's also biting when he's nursing. And it hurts. But I can tolerate it, and I know how to get him to unclamp. So it's not the end of the world. But I want to make it to 12 months for nursing at least. So, so far so good. We're still nursing, and everything else is going pretty well, so I can't complain. Yeah, that's it, I think, for this week and a half update. Amir today is 44 weeks and 5 days. I just looked it up, so I'm going to keep on track with that so I don't get so far off like I did before. But thank you guys for watching, and oh, one more thing. I want to say he's 20 pounds because we went to the doctor and we updated that. Oh, and another thing. Sorry. I thought I was done. Where is it? Oh, here it is. I just wanted to show this because I thought it was so cute. And I was going to do like a little craft DIY thing, but who am I kidding? I don't have a camera, so it's just not going to work. We made this, which I know kind of looks silly, but it's actually like a picture frame that we got at Michael's, and my niece and I did this for like a Valentine's Day craft when she slept over. This is like his little footprint, and then this is going to be where the picture goes, and I had to paint inside of it to get the inside white. But I just had to show. I thought it was super cute. My niece is really cute too. She did hers in pink. She did her handprint, and I just thought it was a fun little activity and a nice like keepsake type of a thing. I mean, we don't really have Valentine's Day decor, but I don't know. I thought it was a fun activity. I'm addicted to Pinterest, and I saw all kinds of ideas, and that's how I came up with that. But yes, now, okay, officially, I'm going to end this update. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.